Relatively late start, 8 a.m. Guessing about 17 miles to the bay. Beautiful campsite, right on the river. Long story to that. Some other time. What'd you say? Oh yeah? Shallow rocks. Yeah, I shut off the camera real quick because I had to change route. That right side had a real hard sweep to the outside, and there was a downed tree would have washed us right into. So we took the left side, but there's a lot of rollers there that throw me up on edge. Took on a little bit of water. Love my coffee cup. Seals completely. Doesn't spill. Alright, onward, upward. Definitely into the city now. The city of Fremont. Not a very big city though, from what it looked like on the map. So this is a nice little setup right here. Got a little put in and take out for the kayaks. Little park area. I forgot what the heck it was called. Let's see. Google Maps. Sand docks. And right across from it is Darroot Fishing Access. How far is that from where we camped last night? 1329 Tiffin Street. About 2 miles. Oh, we're not doing too bad either. Just a little bit of lollygagging. 2 miles and 37 minutes. Oh, but I forgot to turn it on right before the rapids, so that's probably a quarter mile more. So probably about 2 1/4 miles from 1329 Tiffin Street, which I can't wait to get to the bottom of that whole story. A little bit of scenery. There's a lot of egrets here. The egrets outnumber the blue heron probably 6 to 1, at least from what we saw today. And farther south, I mean, we didn't see egrets at all. It was all blue herons. Still bald eagles. Just as I say this, I'm looking over in a tree and I see one up in the top of the tree. So outside of Fremont, a few miles before an entrance to Muddy Creek Bay, kind of like one of the fingers of it, Sandusky River. Nice overcast day, not too hot. Kind of mixture of scenic and civilization, at least we're not running right along streets with businesses and trucks and trains and such. Past one more bridge One more overpass before we make the final shot towards the Muddy Creek Bay. So there is 90, the last overpass, as we head north up the Sandusky until it enters into the Muddy Creek Bay. About 11 o'clock. Been paddling probably 3 hours, I would guess. We got in after 8. I don't know, I have to consult the route team. The heron on the top of that tree. Standing there like a piece of the tree. So far up ahead is that bridge that goes over the Sandusky Bay. I think you can actually see some of the really high attractions at Cedar Point. It's the only thing I could think of seems to be 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5 of them. But it seems like the place where Cedar Point would be. Won't know till I get miles closer. But going across Muddy Creek Bay, I don't know, it's probably 4 miles or better. And since we entered Sandusky Bay, where I'm at right now is 3.2 miles, and that's been in 51 minutes. So I'm trying to stay on track, just keep my nose pointed right at the edge of those woods, right by where those possible Cedar Point attractions are. I'm going to stop right there and then take a look at the distance over to the bridge, decide whether that is actually Lake Erie in our conscience, or if we need to just push out so we're actually in the lake itself instead of part of the bay, which is what I think I'm going to do. That way there's no doubt that the route, when we finish it, will have been from Lake Erie down to the Ohio River. So as you look at this routing app, this is the map for the very final push. It was about 9 miles or so. We did it in 3 hours. We had an afternoon to kill. So we came back. Rick had no interest in putting into that breaker wall where we took out. It was a real sketchy situation. Huge boulders, pretty steep with some rough waters. So we put in at a boat ramp that was right on the other side of that bridge, and went out through the rest of the bay, and then was actually able to cut in through a marina and go over to Marblehead, and we took out there at a little park that was on the shore.